What's going on, guys? My name is Naz and welcome to the Spooling Up channel. Thanks for coming to watch this video today. I've got something really annoying that I'm dealing with at the moment with the Golf, and it's something that I want to get fixed quickly because it's actually posing quite a big problem and quite a big threat to the health of the car. And that is the fact that every time I get into it, it's soaking wet inside. Look at the windscreen. You can just see pure water droplets everywhere. It's actually not that bad today in terms of what's on the windows, but there's mold here now, and there's just general wet and condensation everywhere. I've got myself a dehumidifier pillow, but at the minute it's not really doing much, to be honest with you. So I know that this can be a few things, you know. Hopefully only one of a few. I've got one little trick up my sleeve today that I'm gonna try. I've actually already done this door. Guys, I don't know if you know already, but there's a seal within the actual door that actually starts disintegrating, normally down by the speaker side. And what's happened is the water's been running back here and onto my carpet in the driver's side rear footwell. This is the seal that I'm gonna be replacing it with. So this is one of the weapons we're gonna be using today. First things first, what needs to happen is the door card needs to get stripped off. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that now, and just hope this fixes it. But it's not obviously gonna do it immediately because all the moisture that's within the car needs to disappear as well. So it's not just a quick fix. Well, it's a quick fix, but in terms of the problem on the whole, it's gonna take a while to dry the whole car out. So over the next couple of days, weeks, whatever, I'm gonna be airing the car out completely, hoping that the weather stays okay. So that I can have the windows and doors open for a little while and just give the car a whole freshen up, because right now I think it's going to make me ill. Right guys, so here on the seat next to me is everything you need to do this job. We've got the Butyl rubber sealant tape here. I believe this is 6mm thick. This is what we're going to be using to replace the standard sponge one that just becomes completely disintegrated. A T20 Torx piece. I've actually got this here as well. This is a T25. I've been using this to try and help me clear out around the door. A Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, which I've been using as a bit of a lever at points, and these sort of trim pries, but they're really rubbish and they've been snapping on me. I think one of them's broken. It's gone in the bin already. If there's one thing that I would say from having doing this side, is I would say that what you actually need is a proper dashboard and interior trim pry removal pieces, rather than these, because they are pretty rubbish. And if you go to do anything else with the car that involves you taking off any of the interior trim pieces, it's going to be better off that you've got that kit anyway, other than these. These are better for smaller jobs, but when it comes to taking off bigger pieces, they're not so strong, so not the best. Right, so stripping off the driver's side door cards and the passenger side door card is very similar, but they do differentiate slightly. First of all, I'm just going to start off by doing this driver's side one. I have actually changed the seals on the passenger side one, but I will just show you how it differentiates so you know how to get off the other side as well. But the first thing I'm going to do is use this flathead screwdriver and just pop off the inside of this handle. It's the first thing, and then that will allow the rest of this to get lifted off quite easily. And then the next thing that you need to do is to detach this clip for the windows and for the door mirror adjustment. And then we've got various screws and bits and bobs that we need to take off. Guys, this next part's pretty straightforward. There is just a little button that you've got to push on the other side of this to pull that plug out. Then there's another piece that you can store safely. For now, I'm just going to leave all my stuff in the footwell, and the next thing I'll be doing is undoing these 3 Phillips screws here. So just get your Phillips screwdriver, wind them out. They are the larger screws here, which obviously hold the door card to the actual door itself. So Once you get them loose, get them off and put them in a nice safe place as well. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is getting my T20 Torx and undoing the Torx screws at the bottom of the door card. You can see them there. So I'm just going to go ahead and crack them off, and then that should be it. I should be able to pull off the door card from there. So once you've undone all of those Torx screws and you have this section off, the next thing you can do is give the door card a pull, and it should come away from the door, and then you want to be able to pretty much lift it out of the groove where it goes into the door here. I can't do it while I'm holding the camera, but maybe I can just get it. Just want to slide that all off. Pull that off as a whole, and then detach any cables or anything, and then you can access where you need to be. Just to let you guys know as well, when you are removing this, you've got the plug for the adjuster for the mirrors there that you need to undo. You've got the cable that you need to unhook from the door handle, and you've got the cable that goes to the light to let you know that you've locked your car. So once you've unlocked all of that, you can go and put your door card somewhere safely for now. Right, so this is what it should look like once you have the door card fully removed. It is actually all of this rotten, gunky, watery part here that needs replacing the most. This seal that runs all the way around just becomes perished and disgusting over time, so we need to replace it. On the passenger side, I have replaced the seal on the whole outside of the door. However, here, if it's a little bit more difficult, I may just replace from here around rather than doing the whole thing, because it is quite time consuming. But you can see all of this nasty crusty stuff here is exactly what we're trying to stop as well, and trying to stop all the water seeping in into the car over time as well. So what I'm going to do, start cracking off these 10 mils. You don't want to take off either these two or one of these. You don't want to take it out all the way, because you want something to hold this panel to the door, so you can remove the rest of them and start peeling out the seal. Right, so I've undone most of them. Time to sort of pry this panel away, and you can just see all of the moisture there behind there. Look at all the water running out. Okay, so you just want to be able to break that seal along there and see just how wet it is. You can see it all dripping out there now. Right guys, so now once you've sort of pried this door card away from the actual door with your screwdriver, you want to start peeling off all of this foam back in, and this is exactly what breaks down over the time and becomes perished. So you want to get all of this off. Look how wet it is behind there. Peel it all off, clean it up the best you can so that the new stuff's going to stick to it, and yeah, that's just exactly where things are going to start. So once you've peeled off as much as you want to replace, then you can dry it all up, clean it up completely, and start putting the new strip on. Right, now once you've stripped all of this stuff out guys, and got rid of all of the glue, balls like this of glue coming from behind the door, I've decided I'm only going to go literally from here all the way around to here. I've replaced the whole thing on the other side, and I just want to see if I only do half of this one, because it is only perished sort of around this area. So if I replace all of this, that should do it. If not, then that's a lesson learned, and then that will sort of show you that if you do come to doing it yourself, to do the whole thing rather than just part of it. But from the guide I'm using, it seems like a lot of people only replace part of it. So this is the Butyl seal strip tape that we're going to be using, and it's pretty simple. This is literally just going to go where the old seal came off, all the way around the door panel until it's complete again and there are no gaps in it, and then we're going to see how it seals. So I'm just going to run this all the way down. Once it's done, literally going to put the bolts back in, and then that'll be it. Put the door card back on, dry the car out, and then see if it starts getting damp again. If it does, then I know to look elsewhere. Guys, so let me just show you now how I've replaced this all the way around the car. Well, all the way around the bottom at least. That's all done. Now the panel can literally be butted back up to the door and tightened up. And then that's the seal strip replaced at least. And then we can see if I'm still getting all the wetness here. And in the back, we'll see what happens. So now, that's everything back on. Here's the seal. Now that everything's done back up tight, you can see it. You want a bit of it to be sticking out the bottom, so you know it's been squashed down nicely and it's performing a proper seal. And remember, it doesn't have to be a work of art. All it has to do is do the job. It's not an aesthetic part of the car. This is hidden. But yeah, as it happens, actually, I haven't done a bad job at all. So maybe that comes with the experience of having done the other side. So gonna get the door card back on this, guys. And then yeah, gonna see if I can dry the car out a little bit. Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video, you may break some of these door trim clips. This one I've actually removed from here. It was broken, so you need to replace it with some new ones. And it is really simple. They just slot into place here. In every sort of gap where they've been broken, you can just slot a new one in. Okay, so I've just got the door card back on. Just make sure when you're trying to put it back on that you let this come back through the hole. And the door card tucks right the way in here as well. And also, all of those trim clips and poppers that you replace, you give them a firm bang. You can check to see if they line up. Give them a firm bang, try not to break them. And then obviously you're going to put all the screws that you took out in the first few steps back in, and the window switch and plug, you're going to link them back up, and then you're pretty much done. All that's left to do is see if actually changing that's done the job for you or not. Once you've fitted this back up now, you want to make sure everything is totally operational, because obviously you've been undoing plugs and all kinds of things. I've checked that the door handle's working. I've already shut it, jumped in and opened it, and I've checked that that mechanism's working as well. So next thing now, I'm gonna dry it out, leave it a couple of days, come back. Fingers crossed that that is the end of it. Don't want any more water in my car, don't want any more mold in my car. And then once that's done, I can concentrate on a few other little maintenance things I've got to do. It's really annoying and it's really tedious. I want to get these things out of the way before I start spending more money on modifying this car. So literally, it's always best to start off with a good model. These things have only crept up, like the thermostat that I'm going to possibly have to do, and this water situation now since all of the rain and since the weather's got colder. So yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but there we go. So it's the first time I've got back in the Golf and had a look at it properly since I've fitted those Butyl seal strips. It seems like it's been a success at the minute. There's just a little bit of moisture left in the carpet at the back, which is going to take a while to go. I need to take the car on a full spin. But as you can see, nothing on any of the glass anymore at all. I've had a look at it over the past few days as well, just from outside, while I've been passing by, and everything seems okay. But yeah, need to go for a full run with the heaters on full blast, try and get rid of the rest of that little bit of moisture in the carpet, and then that'll be it. It's been pretty stormy, windy and rainy, so I would have thought if that footwell was gonna fill up again, it would have, and it hasn't. Only thing I need to do before I take this car for a good run, I haven't driven it for a while because the car's running cold at the minute, because I think the thermostat's stuck open. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that, then plow on from there. Got an exhaust on the way for the car as well, so that'll be nice. But yeah, for now guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching the channel. I hope anything you've watched has been a help, and that you've succeeded to do it as well. Some things are a struggle, but yeah, if you've liked any of the videos guys, then please show your love, like, comment and subscribe, and look out for the social medias as well. There's always bits and bobs going on there, but I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.